A rare cancer is defined by the number of people in a population that type of cancer occurs in. But from a practical point of view, there are about 10 main types of common cancers, and nearly everything else falls into the rare or less common category. The report that Rare Cancers Australia have commissioned is really astounding in that it shows that unlike most common cancer types where survival outcomes are improving, in fact for rare cancers they're getting worse. That goes against the grain of everything we think we're achieving in the treatment of cancer. We know that for patients diagnosed with a rare cancer over the age of 40, that they will do less well than a person of that same age diagnosed with a common cancer. That comes down to a whole lot of things, but certainly there are fewer treatments available, and there are practically no new targeted therapies approved for patients with truly rare cancers. Rare cancer patients have no screening programs. There's no way of picking up rare cancers early. By the time they get to the doctor who knows what their diagnosis is, there's usually very little information available, very little support for their family, and often no specific treatments that have been proven to work for that cancer type. So not only are these patients dealing with the devastating diagnosis of cancer, they're being told, oh, and by the way, there's really not much that we know about your cancer, and there's really nothing that we can suggest that is proven to work. The amount of research dollar that is spent on rare cancers at the moment is a mere 12%. And when this occupies so much of the national cancer burden, and in fact is likely to increase as a proportion of that burden because these patients are doing more poorly than patients with common cancers, it shows that we need new ways of directing that funding. Because a cancer is rare, it means you don't have many patients with that particular cancer type to form a study, and that means there's really very little evidence-based management for that patient. When a case is rare, you lack the numbers to get the tissues and the information about the patients to really do the studies that are required. And if you can't come up with evidence and statistics that support the management of that patient, they don't fit into our medical system. At the moment, with a rare cancer diagnosis, we may know where in the body that cancer cell was found, possibly where it came from, and likely what it looks like down the microscope. But that is not enough today to be able to design a treatment targeted to work for that patient. Rare cancers are also likely to have a strong genetic driver. But at the moment, we're not looking for that driver. If we look for a strong genetic driver in rare cancers, we are more likely to be able to match those cancers to a suitable treatment. And there's no doubt in my mind that if we don't even look at the wiring of these rare cancers, we have no possibility of matching these rare cancers to an appropriate treatment.